The Tale of the Bamboo Cutter is a 10th century Japanese folk tale. It's considered the oldest extant Japanese narrative and is one of the earliest examples of the modern genre of science fiction. I'm going to share a very abridged version of it. One day, while walking in a bamboo forest, an old childless bamboo cutter found a mysterious shining stalk of bamboo. After cutting it down, he found inside it an infant the size of his own thumb. Being old and childless, he rejoiced at finding this blessing from the heavens, and finding such a beautiful girl at that, and took her home to his wife. He and his wife raised her as their own child and named her Kaguya Hime, or Princess Kaguya. Thereafter, the old man found that whenever he cut down a stalk of bamboo, inside he would find a small nugget of gold or gems. Soon he became a rich man, and Kaguya Hime grew from a small baby into a woman of ordinary size and extraordinary beauty. At first, the old man tried to keep her away from outsiders, but over time, the news of her beauty spread across the land. Eventually, 5 prince suitors came to the old man's residence to ask for Kaguya's hand in marriage. The suitors, after much prodding, managed to convince the old woodcutter to tell the reluctant Kaguya to choose from among them. Kaguya concocted impossible tasks for the princes, agreeing to marry the one who managed to bring her the specified item. The first suitor was told to bring her the stone begging bowl of the Buddha, the second a jeweled branch from the island of Horai, the third the legendary robe of the fire rat of China, the fourth a colored jewel from a dragon's neck, and the final prince the cowrie which was born from the swallows. Realizing the impossible tasks, the first suitor prince returned with an expensive bowl, but after noticing that the bowl did not glow with holy light, Kaguya saw through his deception. Likewise, 2 other princes attempted to deceive her with fakes, but also failed. A fourth gave up after encountering a massive storm, while the final prince lost his life in his attempt. Soon after, the Emperor of Japan came to hear himself of the strangely beautiful Kaguya and, upon seeing her, immediately fell in love and asked her to marry him. Although he was not subjected to the impossible trials that had thwarted the other suitors, Kaguya rejected his request for marriage as well, telling him that she was not of this country and thus could not go to his palace with him. She stayed in contact with the emperor over time, but continued to rebuff his requests and marriage proposals. That summer, whenever Kaguya saw the full moon, her eyes filled with tears. Though her adoptive parents worried greatly and questioned her, she was unable to tell them what was wrong. Her behavior became increasingly erratic until she finally revealed that she was not of this world and must return to her people on the moon. The emperor, hearing of this, set many guards around her house to try to prevent her from leaving and from being taken back by her people. But when an emissary of heavenly beings from the moon arrived at the door of the woodcutter, the guards were blinded by a strange light. Kaguya announced that, though she loved her many friends on Earth, she must return with the moon people to her true home. She wrote sad notes of apology to her parents and to the emperor, then gave her parents her own robe as a memento. The celestial messengers gave her a vial of elixir of life. She took a small taste and attempted to give the rest to her old woodcutter father, but the moon emissary stopped her. She managed to attach the remaining elixir in a letter to the emperor and gave it to a guard officer. Princess Kaguya then got on the heavenly chariot and returned to the capital of the moon, leaving her earthly foster parents in tears. In her absence, her parents became very sad and were soon put to bed sick. The officer returned to the emperor with the letter and vial that Princess Kaguya had given him as her last mortal act, and reported what had happened. The emperor read her letter and became overcome with sadness. Not wanting to live forever without being able to see her again, the emperor sent her letter and the vial of immortality to Mount Fuji, the mountain that reaches highest into the heavens, where he had the men burn them. It is said that the smoke from the burning still rises to this day.